Hello, everybody, and welcome to Jeff the Unlicensed Therapist. It's dish time when I'm drinking out of this one, the Medieval Times mug. And by the way, the Medieval Times, it spent a little more on the branding. I drink it like this. There's nothing you're not gonna. I gotta like. Who drinks like that? I'm a little teapot, short and stout. It's my handle. It's my spout. There you go. Anyway, welcome to Jeff the Unlicensed Therapist, where I answer all your therapy-related needs, issues. I'm completely unlicensed, but I think it works in your favor. All right, let's get going. So, if you have any questions, comments, or concern, you can put them in the chat. If you need advice, you can hit me up by doing it that way. You can message me on Gmail, whatever you want to do. Salty's doing better. Salty took my advice, and Salty was on the show last night. Things are going swimmingly, from what I hear, from what he told me. So I'm stoked for him. Good job, Salty. Way to go. God bless you, brother. So let's get things started right now, shall we? Okay. Let me try not to knock myself off, as is my way. Coco in the house too, Coco. I appreciate you being here. Coco is an amazing moderator extraordinaire. Best in the business, really. All right, let's buppity-buppity-boo, bing-a-bong bum. Oh, I want to share this. That's what I got to do. I'm going to share. Hold on, give me a second here. Going to share right now. Bang. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at me with technology. Not too shabby. By the way, if you haven't hit the like and subscribe button, hit the like and subscribe button. I think I'm at 15,000 or almost at 15,000 or almost at 16,000, something like that. But if you all hit, I think there's 600 of you on already. If you all hit the subscribe button, well, I'm there. I'm already there. And by the way, if you're wondering what the jazz was when we started the show, that's Ortsy Ortiz, who's just terrific. You're going to love him. That's Ortsy Ortiz. It's spelled Ortiz. And he's really terrific. All right, let's get this party rolling. Am I the asshole for going on an approved vacation? Oh, okay, it's work. Am I the asshole? Like, from who? Like your husband, your wife? Am I the asshole for going on and also let me check, make sure the mic's on. That's another thing I like to do. I got some favorite stuff. Wait, but before I get really into it, which I'm going to in a second, I always forget to see, I can't. I'm trying to do this and it's not working. Okay, now it's working kind of. Yeah, let me do this because I always forget. And this is one of my favorite sponsors, so I want to give them a shout out. And then we'll start. I swear to God, we start then. All right, parents, real talk for a second. America's about to hit a huge milestone. We're coming up on America's 250th birthday. 250 years of freedom, grit, sacrifice, and the greatest experiment in self-government the world has ever seen. This is the perfect moment for your kids to understand why this country matters. Not just the fireworks and the hot dogs, but the story behind it all. There's a free guide called The Kid's Guide to America's 250th Birthday, and honestly, it's a great way to introduce your kids to how America began, who the founding fathers were, and what they risked, and why their ideas that they fought for still matter today. This guide sends kids back to the moment when the brave men signed the Declaration of Independence, knowing full well they were risking their lives for freedom. It breaks it all down in a way that kids can actually understand and enjoy without watering it down and turning it into boring schoolwork. So if you care about raising kids who know where this country came from and why it's worth preserving, this is something you'll want to grab. And the best part is it's completely free with this special offer. All you do is you pay shipping and postage $2. It's nothing. Just head to freeusabirthday.com. That's freeusabirthday.com and the Kid's Guide to America's 250th birthday for your kids today. America's story matters. Make sure the next generation knows it. That's freeusabirthday.com. Thank you for being a sponsor of the show. They're a regular sponsor of the show. Love them. All right, let's get started. Here we go again. Am I the asshole for going on an approved vacation even though my manager scheduled me anyway? All right, that doesn't make sense. If it's an approved vacation, they shouldn't be able to schedule. See, I can do work-related stuff too. I already don't like your manager. Every time I hear someone doing something like this, I always think, yeah, I'm going to need you to come in on Saturday. I'm just going to need you to come in and get those TPS reports ready for me. Office Space, one of the quintessential great movies of all time, I think. All right, let's expand on this and go in. We're going in. I-19, work part-time at Meijer. Back in early July, or June rather, I requested 5 days off for a vacation before the requested deadline. It seems like you got to talk to your HR department, bro. I'm just going to spell it out for you. My manager approved every day on June 17th. Sounds like you're locked in. Sounds like you're golden. So I booked everything, made plans. I'll be out of state during those dates. Okay, even if you're not. When the work schedule came out, I noticed I was scheduled on one of my approved vacation days. I left my manager a note telling him because I assumed it was a mistake. Instead of fixing it, the schedule was updated again, and I got scheduled on 2 more of my approved vacation days. Listen, you're fine. Hey, hey, buddy, if you're gonna change, maybe someplace else. My son's here. I love my son, but he's we have a quiet rule when I'm on the show. Love you, buddy. All right. Anyway, so I'm the manager right now. I'm like, hey, but he didn't even ask for vacation days. And if he did, and I approved him, I would have let him go. The schedule was updated again. I got scheduled for 2 more. You can't do this. Ever since one of my coworkers got fired, we've been working 6-day weeks. So they have not enough staff, probably because it's not a great place to work, I'm guessing. And covering what feels like 2 people's jobs. You are, even though I'm part-time. I've already worked 6 days straight. Yeah, you are fine. Take the time off. He's got nothing he can do. And if he tries to fire you, I assume you have documentation that you had the time off, right? I mean, I think you requested 5 days off before the request deadline. The manager approved it. So I booked. Do you have any kind of written verification? Just that would be very helpful. You just said, listen, you gave me the time off. I've made the plans. I'm not coming in. I'm terribly sorry. You're going to need to find somebody else. I'm just literally not even going to be in the state. And I'm sorry. You don't have to go into, and even if I was, because it's why bother? I'm out of the state. Can't help you. I'm so sorry. If they fire you, if you do anything like that, you have an enormous grievance for some kind of a lawsuit, and you'll probably sit on your ass for a year while that goes through the courts, and kick back on the money you win at the end. I'm planning to talk to my manager in person. That's a good idea. But if the schedule isn't fixed, I'm going on my vacation. Good for you, because I requested the time off. It's a friggin' Meijer, man. You're part time. Meijer owns your soul. Come on, at least be a manager before you let Meijer own your soul. I mean, I think they have deals on hot dogs, but it's like a Midwest supermarket chain. All right. So I'm planning on talking to your manager in person. I think that's a good idea. I made non-refundable plans based on that approval. Am I the asshole if I don't show up for the shifts? No, you are doing the right thing. Don't let them get away with it. They're taking advantage of you. You're not the asshole at all. Thank you, everyone, for the advice. Even people telling me to quit on the spot. You don't have to quit on the spot. That's bad advice. Let them try and fire you for something that you can't be fired for. You can't. I mean, they can, but you have recourse. You have legal recourse. I emailed my union representative with screenshots. Boom. And all the details. I'm currently waiting for the response. I'll be contacting HR. Yeah, I was wondering why you never talked to HR. For anyone wondering, Michigan, yep, that's Meyerland. And all the changing regarding my rights and how this situation will be handled. I appreciate any insight. Okay, there you go. So you're fine. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it a bit. You're going to be just grand. They told me the union steward and file a grievance. That is the next step. I'll keep everyone updated. All right. Well, here's the other thing. Enjoy your vacation. Don't be like, when you go on vacation, you click off of your union, you click off of the grievances, you click off of everything, and you have a damn good time. Don't let your jackass manager. And I don't, I'm not advocating for your manager, but I mean, he's got to hire somebody else, man. He needs to have coverage. Get on that shit. Hey, Tatanka, good to see you. Thank you. I'm glad to know it's all up and running very well. Blessings to you too. And Pure Blood, good to see you. You got fired. Yeah, got fired and collect unemployment. Yeah, it's win-win, man. You go on vacation, you get fired. You either get some kind of severance from the union because they screwed you, or you can sue them so you get money there. But my advice to you is on the vacation, be on vacation. Don't let any of this trickle in. And then when you come back, just see where the balls are. But no, you are in the driver's seat. No, you have the better. You're winning. You're in the catbird seat, as they would say. Not very often. It's kind of an outdated term, but I like it. So yeah, you are not the asshole. Get them is what I say. I mean, I've been to a Meijer. They're never exciting. I don't like the name. I just don't like the name. Like I used to live in Michigan. I lived in Detroit. Not that they had supermarkets in Detroit. You had to go way out of the city to find a supermarket. There's nothing in Detroit when I lived there, except derelict buildings and homeless people and drug addicts. It's better now, slightly. But Myra, I remember from when I would travel around Michigan. I just remember going there and always being like, "Is there any place else?" I just don't like the name. I don't like the font. Everything about it, it just is unappealing to me. I can't put my finger on it, but I don't like it. Like if I see a Meijer, I'm like, is there a Ralph's? Is there some other supermarket of any sort? I just don't want to go into a Meijer. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand why. It probably doesn't make any sense. But you know what? I live my life the way I want. You live it the way you want. You want to go to Meijer, you go to Meijer. And it's not like I won't go. I just if there's anything else nearby, I'll go there. Am I the asshole for reacting poorly when a homophobic friend came out as gay? So he's homophobic, but he came out as gay. So I think that's more of like a closeted situation. I got a true story here. I don't know if I should use names. I always should I use names? Yeah, I'll hold off on the names. But there was a comedian. I was working at a club called Zanies in Chicago, the downtown Zanies. And it was kind of a funny story too. And he's a funny comic. He's probably someone you've heard of. He's come out since. But I remember I was on stage and I was doing a joke and I screwed up the pronouns somehow. So I said like my husband instead of my wife. And so the audience had a laugh. I'm like, oh my God, I guess I'm gay. Ha ha ha. And then I continued on with my set. It was a good set. I get off the stage and this comic who's now come out as gay starts gay bashing me in front of the other comics as like a form of cover. You know what I mean? Like, so no one's going to think I'm gay if I'm gay bashing this guy. So just real aggressive. He's like, "Oh, are you gay? You gay? You seem like you're gay." Now, again, this guy's full blown gay. I mean, and he's out now. But he was like coming at me to the point that the other comics are looking at him like, "Lighten up, Francis. Lighten up, bro." And then he kind of got that vibe too. He's like, "Okay." And I think he's funny, but like, he's kind of a douche in person beyond that. But I've talked to him later on down the road. But he booked me my worst and one of my favorite gigs. He's like, "Yeah, you had a really good set." I guess he was, probably felt bad for gay bashing me when he's, about to go sleep with some guy in his hotel room. And so he's like, "Hey, do you want to do a set tomorrow downtown Daily Center?" And I'm like, "This sounds great." I'm a new comic. I'm like, "Downtown, the Daily Center? Fuck yeah, this is great." He sees my potential and my talent. So he asked me and a couple of the other comics who did well. So we're like, great. I go down to the Daily Center. I meet him. There's like a little, just tiny little stand set up. There's a microphone, and then we're in the middle of Daily Plaza. So I had video, and it's just video of me with people walking by behind me and people walking by in front of me and nobody listening. And in the back, there's buses going by, and it was it was horrible. And the mic sucked, and there's no acoustics because you're out in the middle of Daily Plaza. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, comedy, folks, gotta love it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll tell you the comic down the road. He knows who he is. He came out already. It's like a little cat out of the bag situation. So anyway, am I the asshole for reacting poorly when my homophobic friend came out as gay? So this guy's not my friend. He's, but we can say homophobic comic. And I didn't react poorly. I'm just like, "You're a dick." This girl is a friend of mine, or just trying to be like more compassionate. You're so afraid of being outed that you're willing to do anything to shuffle blame off of yourself, so to speak, or to shuffle it onto somebody else's shoulders so nobody's looking at you. This girl's a friend of mine. She's at a neighbor's party. She came out to the group, and my first reaction was confusion. This girl kind of been known to make homophobic jokes. That's why I told you that story. And once she is uncomfortable with pride and the celebration the university hosts in June. So yeah, that's her defense mechanism. She doesn't want anyone to know she was gay. So the best way to do that in her mind is to be outwardly anti-gay, even though she is. It's not even closeted. Well, it is closeted, but it's a very aggressive form of it. So when she did come out, I was kind of tired and drunk. I said, "What? I didn't mean to offend her, but according to my friend, I really hurt her feelings." "Oh, stop it. Come on. You said what?" And that I should have been more supportive of someone coming out in a safe space. Here's your issue. You're at a university. So like, everything you do is going to be wrong. You're all trying to out woke each other. You're all trying to like, you're insensitive. Anyone, everyone's trying to like look like they're the most woke person in the room. And they're all probably pretty jealous that your friend came out because that puts her a couple of notches above all of them, no matter what. It's so yeah, you're in a university. You'll be fine. My friend and the girl have now blocked me for being so insensitive, saying they need space from me. Oh my God. I have friends come out to me before, and I understand how scary it can be, but I totally don't feel like I'm in the wrong. I didn't intend to be rude. Some people around me have said I'm an asshole. But again, you're in a university. That's not a real world. That's not like a real place. That's a generally a woke bubble, where nothing is as it should be in reality. And unfortunately, a lot of people take that university mentality out into the real world. She was coming down. She was homophobic. She was anti-gay. My question is, when she's being all anti-gay and homophobic, where was this friend who's now so excited that she came out of the closet? Why wasn't she, roasting her? Why wasn't she blocking her for all her homophobic, anti-gay rants? Why, what's going on there? Honestly, I think you could do better with your friends. You're not the asshole. I had a guy. This is embarrassing. I don't even want to tell this story because it's whatever. I'll tell. I guess I'll tell. I'm working at Chicago Trolley, and I'm a driver. I'm a tour guide, and this guy who, oh shit, I'm about to run out of power. Fuck. And this guy who looks like straight as an arrow. You know what I mean? Like we bust each other's balls, and he just doesn't. There's no gay vibe to this guy at all. There's no gay vibe to him at all. Now, if I said that in a woke university, they'd be like, "Yeah, you're the devil." He didn't have a gay vibe. So we joke around. Then it's like me, this other guy, and him, and I don't know. We're driving in the trolley. He's driving the trolley actually, and I don't even know how it comes up. And he just goes to this other dude. He goes, "Hey, I'm gay, right?" Like I was half listening. I'm looking out the window, like I'm always in space anyway. And he goes, I'm gay, right? I'm like, yeah, he's a big fag. This guy loves dick. He's a big fag, because I think like he's joking. He's being like, like he's joking. And then he looks at me, he's like, no, I'm actually gay. And I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't, I was just like, I was like, oh shit, I thought you were fucking kidding. I thought you were just pulling his leg. It was because I was convinced he was straight. And then I was like, okay, well, I was like, hey, good for you. It's my early 20s. See, but yeah, he's a good dude. He's a funny guy. I had no idea he was gay. I had none, to the point I thought he was joking with the other dude. I came off poorly. Not as poorly as that comic who gay bashed me and then came out as gay. How about that? How about that guy? He was funny too. Yeah. There you go. It's her own fault. She should take accountability. Yeah. Well, I mean, the girl who's like going to be, anti-gay. You just got here to read the title. Tough break. Oh, you have to read the title. This is why most of your high school or college friends drift away. But you're right, Coco. I'm discovering that right now, where I'm just like, I want to like, I'm culling. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, why am I still friends with this person? Why am I still friends with that person? Like why am I even acquaintances with them? I have nothing in common with them. You know what I mean? Like we don't ever, just like I feel like I have too many Facebook friends. Like I don't know any of them really. Forget real friends, yeah. Yeah, I know, right? Thank you. Okay. Well, let me see. I'm messing this up here. I can't see nothing. I really can't. You need weak friends. You're right, Everett. Yeah. I mean, I've got it. My friends who are my friends are great friends, and then the rest. Everyone's just. I don't want to have to apologize for being me to anybody. If you're playing the woke game, or if you're positioning yourself, or you're doing this or that, and things you say are not from within you, but are just, how you think society views you, or how you want to be viewed by society. So you act in a certain way to impress certain people. And you're just this flim flam. You're just this, You're just this cardboard cutout of what's supposed to be a human being. You're a nothing. There's nothing in you. You have no substance. You're just running around trying to please people all the time. And I hope they get over it. But I want people with some substance. I'm fine. I want people who disagree with me. I want people who agree with me too, but I want them to back up their opinions. I want them to allow me to speak if we disagree on something, and not be, me get automatically blocked because I have a different opinion than, what kind of people do that? Oh, yeah, leftists. It's like I can think of one friend in particular who I don't talk to anymore. I know it's because I'm not like some hardcore leftist loon. And I'm like, listen, let me be me, let me be friggin' me. But they can't. Like, I can let you be you, and I can read stuff that you write and be like, well, that doesn't make any sense, or that's not even true, or the information you got that from has been, already shown to be false. But I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to talk to you anymore because it shows a weakness in your views that any challenge to them you can't discuss, or you can't have an open conversation about. You simply have to eliminate the source of the questioning of your beliefs. You have beliefs, but anyone who questions those beliefs has to be eliminated because you're not in reality, very secure in those beliefs, not secure enough that you could defend them. And you're scared that they could be wrong because deep down, I think that some of them are. That's just my opinion. There you go. Look at where we got from homophobic friend and my trolley story. Yeah, it's social contagion. Yeah. And it's especially also, the with the pronoun stuff. That's just narcissism. It's like, I can't just be male or female. I can't be gay or straight. I have to be pansexual, polyamorous, with the side of queer. I don't know. But I have to be this unique flower, that nobody else has the same sexuality as me. In fact, I'm going to make one up, and then San Francisco is going to put it on a list of about 100. I think that's what the going list is now. It's probably more than that at this point. That you can choose from. I mean, think of all the trees you're killing just if you ever have to print out those forms. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, facts equal feelings, or facts. Sorry. Yeah, facts greater than feelings, but on the left, feelings greater than facts. And it's all, and the thing that makes me crazy is just it's done in service of making themselves look better. Not even so much feel better, but look better socially. Likes on Facebook, likes on Instagram, likes on, That's all. We all need to be able to talk to each other. We all need to be able to converse with each other. We all need to be able to state our opinions and not be shut out because my opinion is different than yours. And that's it. How do you ever grow if you can't communicate? And the key to communicating is to not cut someone off completely and build a wall so you never have to hear them. That's not communication. That's ostracization because they don't agree with you. Yeah, don't label me, please. Yeah, that's another one, like the whole Latinx thing. Nobody hates the term Latinx more than Hispanic people, than Latinos. They hate it. First of all, Hispanics don't use X. The letter X is not big in the Hispanic language. It's difficult for Hispanic people to even say. Latinx, that was created, is a place to store Latin people. You got this rich heritage. All these countries, Latinos identify as the country of origin. They identify as Venezuelans, Guatemalans, Mexicans, Hondurans, Ecuadorians. That's how they identify. But us white savior crowd come around and go, oh, you're all Latinx now. Really? Really? Yeah. Hey, Cran Club. Anyway. All right. Let me get back to the show. Sometimes I go off on tangents. It's a Friday. Why the hell not? Anywho. As you all know, as anyone who's seen the show with any regularity knows, it's not a show until I kick myself off. Jesus, I did it again. Oh, my God. I make myself so crazy with that. Always kicking myself off. I just hit I hit the wrong button once and it's all over. Oh, well, que sera. Que sera. All right. Let me make sure everything's still on. Ay. Just drives me crazy. Makes me nuts. All right, let's get back to it. Yeah. I need handlers. I need handlers. That's what it comes down to. Am I the asshole for asking kids to not be dancing in front of cars? Whoa, are they filming a music video? What's going on here? I don't know. I don't think you are. Seems like a reasonable request to not dance in front of cars. You know, I feel it's legit. By the way, if you haven't hit the like and subscribe button, hit the like and subscribe button. I cannot stress enough how much fun it is. You'll feel better. All right, here we go. Let me share this. All right. For context, I live in a fairly large apartment complex where the sole laundry room is on the other side of the lot. That sucks. I hate having to walk for laundry because then, it's like if you have laundry, it's a communal laundry. And if you leave your laundry, people take it out or people, steal stuff. Anyways, I live in one of the two bigger buildings on the end of the building. And there are a couple families. Let me read this right. There are a couple families with younger kids. I have to drive my car to get to the laundry room. Oh God, that's a far laundry room. Damn, they should include gas and cut you some slack on your rent for all the gas money you spend on doing laundry. I normally go slower anyways, but today there was a handful of kids stopping traffic to dance, do death drops. I don't know what that is in front of cars and going. Now I raised my two younger brothers, so I know kids are going to be kids, but this complex is known for having people who speed through even people walking by. All right. I gently asked them to move out of the way. They did not. Okay. Well, you can blame their parents for that. So then I was a bit more stern and said verbatim, guys, it really isn't safe. Please don't be doing this in front of cars. They finally moved while yelling at me and giving me major attitude. I brush it all off because, kids will be kids to people they don't know. Yeah, you're right. And they got to be, they got to be tough. They got to be like, they can't oh, okay, lady, because then their friends make fun of them. Well, I finish up putting the laundry, and I think the most disturbing part of this story is you have to go drive 15 minutes to do laundry or whatever it is. That to me is way worse than these kids. These kids are probably going to get hit at some point because someone like you, not you, but someone like you has to drive to go take the clothes out of the washer and put them in the dryer. They finally move while yelling. Okay. I go out of my way to parent other people's kids because I know how it feels. Well, because their parents don't do a good job. However, these kids' parents were nowhere in sight. You see what I'm saying? So when they did it again, I pulled over and gently asked them to refrain from jumping in front of cars. Here's what's going to happen. Nothing. Eventually, they're gonna kind of zone in on you and probably do something to your car. I hate to tell you that, but that's what's going to happen. What you need to do if you really want this to work is you have to kind of watch them from afar. You got to do a little stalking. And you need to see who the leader is and then just talk to the leader. Just, try and rationalize with the leader. Not while anyone else is around, while you got them alone, because they're going to be, when there are other people around. You're like, listen, it's just, I know, I'm a Karen, and you're going to do what you want to do. That's fine. But it's just real dangerous if you do it. Now, they're kids. I don't think it's going to do anything, but if it makes you feel better, that's what's going to happen. I'm giving you this stuff to say, but if they're kids, they're probably just like, yeah, we're playing in the street, lady. Sorry. If their parents aren't going to do anything about it, I just don't see them letting you tell them what to do. I got to be honest, but you could try. So anyway, I told them that I love that they're playing outside. See, you are nothing to them. You know what I mean? That's the issue. You don't have any real connection to any of them. But I don't want to see them get hurt because someone with the driver's speed hard. Explain I was trying not to be mean, just concerned about their safety. Then to be clear, I was not trying to be a Karen. No, come on, you're being a big Karen. I asked about their night, encourage them to keep playing outside just to be safe. All right. So yeah, I know you're trying. Of course, as I'm saying goodbye, one of the parents finally comes out and calls the kids in. I ended up waving so she knew I wasn't being a weirdo, but now I'm conflicted. Am I the asshole? No. Was I out of line? No. But just know they're not going to change because they have no connection to you. For them to change, they need to respect you. You need to be a member of the family. You need to have some pull with them. You know what I mean? You need to have some credit with them. I don't think you have any credit with them. All right, so there you go. You're not being the asshole, but just don't expect them to really change. just I just don't see it happening. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. By the way, slut drops. What's that? Oh my god! Oh, hang on a minute. Are the cards moving? Are they street? That's what I'm wondering. If they're Coco, if they're like like some 80s video or something. So I don't know what a street drop is. I don't know what a slut drop is. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's what that means. So you say a slut drop is when a woman tries to be sexy and dances, then squats, then backs up to her feet. I love that you know this. I've never seen one recover. She always falls over. Oh, that's hysterical. I don't know if that's what they meant. Maybe. But again, I feel like, the big part of the story is this poor woman has to drive to do her laundry and in her own complex. Everyone says it used to be in clubs a long time ago, but when you see it on a restaurant or wedding dance floor or something, it's even more cringe. Restaurant dance floor. Oh, yeah. That's hysterical. Oh, I almost did it again. I almost knocked myself off one more time. Am I the asshole for not letting my daughter celebrate Father's Day with me? Yeah, I would say so. I mean, what the hell? Like that's a weird one. Is this loaded? Um, remember that last night someone got me with a cat one. I hope there's no cat involved in this. Am I the asshole for letting what? Am I the asshole for letting not my daughter celebrate Father's Day with me? For letting not, I'm assuming you messed that up. For not letting my daughter. Well, let's read it. Instead of correcting it, let me just read it. I, 44, have known Morgan, 19, since she was a baby. Is that your daughter that you're calling, that you've known her since you're a baby? You're being funny here. I mean, this is Reddit, man. You never know. Maybe her dad left, her biological dad left when she was like a month old. Her mother, 43, and I were friends in high school. Her dad took off to Mexico shortly after she was conceived. I called it. I was kidding, but I was right. So he had a kid, said, "Ew," and went back to Mexico. I was kidding, and yet here you go. It's Reddit. Like I said, it's Reddit, folks. It's Reddit. Oh my God, that's hysterical that was right. It's also very sad. So yeah, so we were friends in high school. Her dad took off. You're the kid's father. You've been around for her entire life, bro. Went back to Mexico after she was conceived, and it hasn't been heard from since. Nor will he be unless she becomes like some big celebrity, an actress or a singer. And then I'll be like, hey, remember me? No. Oh, okay, let's get a paternity test. Her mother and I hung out occasionally until 5 years ago, and she got a guy who she quickly married and is heavy into drugs. Morgan was sent off to live with her grandmother. She rarely sees her mother and stepfather. Okay, Morgan and I reconnected when she invited me to her graduation party. Since then, I've helped her with figuring out her finances, getting a car. Well, you sound like you're doing the right thing. Apartment, register for college classes. We don't see each other often, but she always knows I'm a phone call away. Well, you seem like a good dude. I ran into her yesterday at the grocery store, just making small talk. I accidentally asked if she had any big plans for Father's Day. Yeah, that's one of those dumb ones, huh? Father, like you finding your Father's Day in Mexico. You're gonna take a trip down to TJ and see if you can locate him with a swab and a DNA sample kit. I accidentally asked if she had any big plans for Father's Day. It's so stupid. Feeling stupid right after saying it, knowing her situation, she laughed and said it was about the only thing. I was about the only thing that resembled a father in her life. Well, that's sweet. So I thought, why not invite her out with my wife and two teenage kids for a traditional Father's Day dinner at a nice restaurant? She accepted the invite. That sounds great. That sounds nice. I hate to hear what's coming next, though. This evening, we had a great dinner, had some laughs, and treated her like she was one of the family. That's great. She even made me almost a Father's Day card. Everything seems too great. Later tonight, her mother started blowing up my phone, telling me what a terrible person I am. No, you are not. You're her drug addict mother. Yeah, I think you're okay, bro. I am in much harsher words, and pretty much every name in the book saying what a sick person I am for pretending and messing with her daughter's emotions. And she has a real father and stepfather, and I'm neither of the. Yeah, you did everything right. I would just also, because this is what she's dealing with. She's in a terrible situation. Her real father is gone, so he's out of the picture. Her stepfather's probably a turd too. Her mother sucks. Yeah, let's be honest. And so she's just in a real shitty situation. Now she's 19. You've been helping her out a lot. continue to help her, continue to offer her support, pay no heed to whatever her mother says. She's 19, she's an adult, she can talk to you and hang out and get advice from you all she wants. Just be there for her like you were. And yeah, whatever her mother says, who cares? She's a 19-year-old woman now. Her mom has no say. Her mom had a chance to make her a real daughter or to be a real mother to her. And her stepfather had that same opportunity. They both blew it and squandered it. So don't get upset if they get all pissy because you actually showed up to do their job. There you go. Hey, low light recovery. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Low light, what do you got to say here, low light? Yeah, the mom is deranged. Low light says, "Am I nuts?" Hold on, let me click on this. Low light. I'm trying. Ouch! I'm hitting the wrong buttons as always. All right. Am I nuts to think I can make a difference? No, don't ever think that. You don't think that. If you do that, it's all over for everybody, really. I've failed to tell the planet that investigative products focused on unite the right attendees related to the Delphi murders lost after the rally. I don't know, Lowlight. I don't know nothing about what you speak, but if you're passionate about it and no one gets hurt, speak your truth, man. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and to your main point, again, I don't know what the topic. I'm not familiar with it, but never feel you're nuts never feel you're nuts to think you can make a difference. You can always make a difference. You can always make a difference. There you go. I think the murder is the old man that passed away from COVID. I don't know any of this. Damn it, I've been out of the loop. It might have been. Now I'm gonna have to look all this up. The only ones I remember are the for the murders are the Black Dahlia murders. That's the ones that's always interested me. I want because I feel like it was just such a cover up from start to finish. That one's always been very intriguing to me. All right. So, anyways, this woman is not the asshole. Thank you, Lowlight, for the $10. I do appreciate that. I really. Oh, I almost did it again. I keep almost knocking myself off, and I just lose my mind every time I do it because I just do it too often. Just do it way too often. Am I the asshole for going on a trip with my best friend? Kids attack my kid during the game. I respond to his parents, and now I'm the bad guy. Which one should I do? Let's start with the first one. Let's go in order. Oh, it's short too. Aren't I glad I picked this one? My best friend won a first class 1 week, all expense paid for 2 trip to Europe. Well, what's this contest? How come I wasn't in it? That's a great prize. Wow, that's terrific. She asked me to be her plus one. She's very conservative and reserved person. All right. My boyfriend, 1.5 years, does not want me to go. Well, why aren't you taking him? Your best friend won. My best friend won a first class 1 week all expensive. Okay, so your friend won. So yeah, obviously you can't bring your boyfriend. My boyfriend of 1.5 years does not want me to go and has made it known. His main reason is that it's too big a portion of the summer for me to go away. Are you serious? How serious are you about this guy? That'd be my question. I mean, you've been together for 1.5 years, so I mean, obviously you like him. But how serious are you about it? He also doesn't like the idea of long international trips taken apart. I get that. I get that completely, which I understand and agree with. But I feel these are extenuating circumstances, which I have shared. I don't intend to do long trips with friends in the future, unless some of them win prizes. Why doesn't maybe he should enter the raffle and get a couple tickets? We fight about it every time the topic comes up. Yeah, this ain't going away. I've heard him out and tried to explain why I want to go, but I feel he's being unreasonable. It is getting in the way of the relationship. Yeah. And I think there's a chance our relationship won't survive the trip. Am I the asshole for going anyway? No, I mean, obviously you kind of made your decision. The trip is more important, whether you want to admit it or not. You know the consequences of going on. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. So you're going to go on this trip. The trip's more important to you than him. And here's the thing. You don't know. You're young, right? I'm guessing. So you've been together 1.5 years. There may be some other issues in the relationship, but what could happen is down the road, I'm sure you've probably already thought of this. Suddenly he's not your boyfriend in another 5 months. You find out he cheated on you, and then you missed a chance to go to Europe with this girl. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the fact that she's conservative Like if she was a party girl, you know what I mean? Like if she was a rah, let's get drunk and do vodka shots and crazy things with strangers on the beach kind of a girl, then your boyfriend would be in you should stay if you want to save this relationship. But if she really is a very conservative friend who doesn't get into that stuff, then I think you should be fine. But I would, here's the thing. I would ask some of your friends to just kind of keep an eye on them while you're away. But I feel like you've already decided. I don't think I'm telling you anything you don't already know. See, yeah, you guys all know all this cool stuff, and I don't, and it makes me sad. I'm gonna have to look it all up after the fact. So low light recovery says right after the investigation, something weird happened. Yeah. Here Everett says, actually, sometimes time makes you realize you want the dude. Yeah, that's true too. I mean, it could work out in his favor. She's conservative. You're going to do some tours. So yeah, exactly. That's the thing. That's what sells it to me, Ever Eden, is this girl is the friend she's going with is conservative. So they're going to go to the sites. They're going to, they're not going to the bars. They're sleeping in. So they don't have to, wait, 5 hours in the line to see Vatican City, to go to the Sistine Chapel, which I used to call the 16 Chapel because, I didn't know. Who knew? Then I went and I had to wait in a huge line at Vatican City. Back when huge lines of Vatican City, it was big though, man. That was a long ass line. I remember that. I'm like, what are we doing here? and then after we were done with the Vatican, which was beautiful and it was great. It was nice to see, and the Sistine Chapel was incredible and all that. But we finished, and then we go literally steps away from Vatican City. We go into some cafe, have a coffee and a couple of Danishes or something, and the bill is just astronomical. There's this crazy service charge on it that they're literally price gouging you like I've never been price gouged. Steps away from Vatican City. I'm like, isn't there some kind of a papal aura? Shouldn't the cardinals, dress up in hoods and come down and beat the crap out of these shysters who are surrounding the most holy site of Catholicism? I mean, what the hell? It was like I just had this sense of peace. I came out of the Vatican, and then I got ripped off, and I'm like, oh yeah, humanity. But they ripped me off with an Italian accent, so there's that. Ay. I'm still mad about that now. It's weird. Like these little things come back, and you're like, oh, so angry. Kids attack my kid during a friendly game. That's not cool. I respond to his parents, and now I'm the bad guy. No, you're not. And what if his parents are upset that you're upset that their kids attacked your child? You're going to worry about their opinion. Their opinion is going to have some kind of impact on how you view yourself. I like these are short. These are my shorts are my favorite. Okay. So neighborhood has a bunch of kids, including my 7-year-olds, that constantly play out in the neighborhood. First of all, what decade is this? Are we in the 80s again? The 70s? When does that happen? Nobody's on their friggin' video games nonstop, and nobody's, just on the internet. People are outside. I assume you live in a small community. Definitely not a big city. Anyway, our son constantly plays out in the neighborhood, especially during summer. That sounds like my childhood. And my kid comes home in the evening with huge gashes on his arm. Oh, that's not part of my childhood, unless I flipped my mountain bike or something, or my bike. I had a bike. I got one of the first mountain bikes. It was on sale, and it had these huge tires, and it was ridiculous. Everyone had normal bikes, and I had this just big bike with these huge tires. You can go off road with it and everything, but no one else's bikes could, so it's kind of like. But everybody nicknamed it the Squirrel Squasher. I never squashed any squirrels with it, but that was the nickname. Here comes Aaron on his Squirrel Squasher. No one's knocking me off that thing, that's for sure. Anyway, so huge gashes on his arm and thigh. I'd be really mad. I asked what happened, and a neighbor kid that is at least 9, maybe 10, apparently had shoved him into concrete after a dispute over whose turn it was in a game they're playing. I walked my kid to the neighbor's kid's house to ask what happened. The kid admits to what he did and doubles down, saying that my kid deserved it for taking so long to play his turn. Come on. No, that's not acceptable. Violence in game. I mean, sure, we got in fights when I would play games. We play kickball and stickball, and we just run around and bike and chase. But no one was ever fighting because we were friends. If we did fight, it was short lived. Once in a while, one of the bigger kids might come by and beat the crap out of one of us, but that's just because they were bored. And it wasn't, someone we hung out with. Yeah. I remember Bill Fenstermacher knocked the tooth out of my mouth once, but I thanked him because it was loose. So that's how you do it. And honestly, I was kind of rubbing him the wrong way. I got to take credit where credit is due. But yeah, Fenstermacher knocked my tooth out. I like the kid. How about that? Anyway, all right. So, that was a weird one. Anyway, so okay. So the kid admits he did it, doubles down, saying that my kid deserved it for taking too long to play his turn. Yeah. He's not fast enough. This kid's going to be great behind this 9-year-old's going to be great behind the wheel of a car, waiting for someone to move forward at a green light or whatever. I'm not even sure what the game was. I think the game was kick the crap out of your son. I think that was the game. Then all the father did was stand there like a moron. He probably is. I simply tell the dad to get his little shithead under control. Now, did you say shithead? I know he is, but if you say to the dad, you need to get your shithead under control, that dad is not going to react favorably. The last thing he is going to do is get his shithead under control. He's going to tell his shithead, hey, you want to hit him some more? Feel free. Have a nice time with it. I'll wrap your hands before you go in for punching. Did you call him a shithead? Come on. I know you're mad. I get it. But you're not going to get anywhere screaming that some dad's kid's a shithead, even if he's a shithead. You just tell him what happened, and hopefully the dad does his job. And if he doesn't, remember, the kid is the way he is because of this shit dad. I'm not excusing, but I am excusing a little. Yeah. At least here's the thing. I know it's hard because you're angry, you're filled with rage, but you start out soft if you want to get somewhere. I'd like an apology. This is crazy. Look what he did to my son. Are you going to do anything about this? That's all great. Your little shithead did this to my son. That's not going anywhere, even if he agrees with you. Anyway, so he just stand there. I simply tell the dad to get his little shithead under control. And now all of a sudden, I'm the bad guy. And his wife comes out and they're both yelling at me to get off their property. Of course, because I think you really did call him a shithead. You just handled it poorly. If you had handled it, and I know it's hard because you're filled with rage and anger and all this other stuff, but I would tell your kid to not play with his 9-year-old. Just not, because there's no way his parents are ever going to help you. I don't see the 9-year-old changing on his own. Maybe get your kid some martial arts lessons or something. And learn from this. Even if the kid's a shithead, don't call him a shithead in front of his parents, because they'll double down like you said they did and throw you off their property. So yeah, he's a little shit. He's a shithead. I agree with you. But if you want to get something done, get it, look at the goal. What is the goal of this? The goal is to get these parents to corral their kid and so he doesn't attack your kid. Did you accomplish that goal? No, I say you accomplish the opposite. He's going to be gunning for your kid now. His parents basically greenlit your son. You greenlit your son. Yeah. So they yelled and she got out of the problem. After their son brutally attacked mine, causing his arm and thigh to have giant marks that will turn into scabs, possibly a scar. They reacted 10 times hotter than I did. I'm the one that just needed to pat his son down with paper towels till the bleeding stopped. Am I the asshole? You're not an asshole, but you just handled the situation very poorly. And I get it's because you were so angry because your son was, you lost your top. You lost your mind there a little bit. And I don't blame you for that, but I'm just telling you that's what happened. That's the results. That's the consequences of acting in that way. Not your best work. It's just not. All right. Here we go. Oh, goody gumdrops. How about that? Got another. I love Rumble, so I love doing Rumble ads. I just freaking love it. I always say Rumble supported free speech before it was popular. We hear a lot about crypto, but here's the part most people miss. Crypto was created so you can actually own and control your own money. After the 2008 financial crisis, Bitcoin was designed as an alternative to banks. So instead of a bank holding your money and delaying transfers or limiting access, you're in control. And if you've ever had to wait for a transfer to clear, you felt that problem. Now, fast forward to today. Everybody's heard of crypto, but getting started still feels complicated. That's exactly why I use Rumble Wallet. It takes all the complexity and makes it simple. Choose what you want: Bitcoin, dollar backed stablecoins, or even digital gold backed by real gold. No complicated setup. It connects with MoonPay. So you can use your credit card, debit card, or bank and be up and running in minutes. Once you're set up, you can even support your favorite creator on Rumble. There you go, like me directly. So do this now. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description and download Rumble Wallet. From there, you can set up your wallet, tap buy, and you're in the game. In just a few minutes, you can go from hearing about crypto to actually owning some. That's Rumble Wallet. Click on that right now. You'll be happy you did. QR code's there, buttons there. Make it happen. There you go. Thank you, Rumble. Thank you, Rumble Wallet. Thank you, Rumble. Thank you, Rumble Wallet. All right, Lola. Hey, Lola, thank you for the $10. I appreciate you. Good night to you as well, sir. Good night to you. And thank you again. Yeah, Coco, I don't know. I don't know nothing about birthing no babies. Yeah, it's a great turnout, Sales. Thank you, Sales Alexander. I'm saying, but why is he cursing for? I curse. Yeah. If we're talking about me, I curse. I'm not gonna, we talked about this earlier. You got to be you. And sometimes I'm going to swear, and I'm not trying to. But, once in a while, it's Friday night. Let's get crazy. Let's get lit. Yeah, that's hysterical, Coco. Mr. and Mrs. Yeah, and by the way, I was the shithead part. If that's what the swearing that upset you, that was written. That's what was written. That's what she was calling them. So I'm just telling you. Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Shithead, please pick up your shitheads. That's hysterical, Coco. All right. Let's keep going. Bless you, my son. Yeah. I got the best son. He's doing so good. He's doing a show. He's got a show coming up next week. Excited for that, buddy. All right, here we go. Trying not to knock myself off again. Am I the asshole? Worker helped himself to beer in my fridge. Worker? Kind of worker, like the guy who brought your refrigerator over, just like, yeah, I think I'll have one of your beers. Guy who installed your cable, made his way over to your liquor cabinet. A worker. What does that mean? A worker helped myself to beer in my fridge. This is a long one. For one beer, you wrote like enough for an entire wine cellar. I mean, that's a lot for a beer. But we'll read some of it. I don't know if we're going to read through all this because I got to be honest. You seem a little long-winded. That's a lot. It's a lot of verbiage. All right, here we go. So I'm trying to figure out if I'm the asshole or not. I have one friend who absolutely agrees with me, one friend who is indifferent, and one who thinks it wasn't a big deal. Chances are then you're not the asshole. No one's really, usually if you're the asshole, 9 out of 10 dentists will agree. Or whatever your friend's line of business is. This is lengthy. Yeah, I know. And I apologize for that. I don't see any other way to disseminate the facts. Otherwise, there's your issue right there. Who talks like disseminate the facts? What is it? What do you got? Are we doing a grand jury? We get a grand jury. You got to have all the facts. Disseminate the facts. Otherwise, disseminate the facts. Otherwise, there's 4 words that could have been none. You could say, listen, this is lengthy and I apologize for it. Actually, you could have got rid of, I don't see any other way to disseminate the facts otherwise. That whole sentence is gone. There you go. I just saved you a little time. For reference, I'm in South Florida. I needed to have a house tenant for termites. Listen to me. If someone is going into your house while it's tented, filled with poison, to steal beer, they deserve it. If they're willing to take years off their life just to have I don't know, whatever you got in there, a Bud Light, or maybe, I don't know, you got some Heineken. I don't know what you're drinking. They've earned it. I get several quotes, picked a company and hired them to do the work. Do you pay them in beer? That's my next question. Prior to the tenting, I hired a cleaning crew. I bet you it was the cleaning crew to come. The cleaning crew is probably like, hey, we're cleaning. He can't drink these beers because they're covered in, pesticides and poison. I'll drink them. Although I don't think they should be doing that on the job. I hired a cleaning company to come the day the tent came down. Oh, so they're drinking your poison beer. You should thank them. If that beer's been in there, it's probably fine, but I don't know. Like I wouldn't be eating my sandwiches after my house has just been tented. I think I might clean out the fridge. I mean, maybe technically on paper it's safe, but I don't know, man. There's like gaps in those fridge doors. I don't know how old your refrigerator is. I think I kind of eat everything, eat the fridge clean, drink the fridge clean, and then buy new shit. If they're willing to drink stuff that's covered in a coat or two of termite poison, let them. Jeez. All right, so you go. The day after the tent came down, the house was cleared out to help put away everything that was removed and clean out the cabinets and refrigerator. Good, since all the food was pretty much taken out. I scheduled with the tent company, confirming they would clean the house first thing in the morning. The cleaning crew could schedule the arrival time. Tent went up, fumigation was done. Next day, tent came down. The following day, they were supposed to show up first thing in the morning to clear the house and let me know I could go back in. I have cameras in my house. Great. Gentleman showed up at 9 a.m. to clear the house, open the doors, let the house air out for an hour, and then went in to test the air quality and remove any of their equipment. With the cameras, I knew he was there, and I could see him moving through my home. It's like real creepy. I never realized that. I never worried about that until now I'm reading what you're writing. At approximately 9:45, I watched the technician come out of one of my rooms and put something in his pocket. All right, well, that ain't good. He's a thief. I was able to pull down the video, zoom in, and apparently he decided to help himself to a beer out of my refrigerator. Again, it's a poison beer, but still, he shouldn't be stealing stuff from you. And yeah, that's not cool. I watched him slip it into his pocket, pull his shirt down over it, and then walk out the door. He's got to be an algae. He's stealing a beer. You know what I mean? He's like, I got to have a beer. I got to have one of these poison termite beers. That's not a bad name for a beer. You know, I got all these weird names, poison termite. I found it highly unacceptable. I don't care about the beer. I don't care. Yeah, I get it. It's the principle. I was angry this guy felt it was acceptable to go through my property. And that's what you saw. Maybe he took some other shit too. If he'd called and asked if he could have anything to drink in my house, I would have absolutely told him to help himself. That's hysterical. I would have said, no, I don't know who you are. I wouldn't have given him any beer. Not to drink beer at 9:45 in the morning is appropriate, but obviously he's got an alcohol problem. And he's probably drunk from the night before. I'm also sure that he did not get back into the work truck and put the beer away for the end of the day, but him drinking on the job between him and his employer. Oh, man, this guy's a piece of work. This drunken termite inspector or whatever he is. Still, all right, regardless, he left my property at approximately 10 a.m. Just the facts, man. Okay. All right, 10 a.m. Once I saw him remove the beer, I tried contacting the office because I was livid. I could not get anyone. It's funny that all this is over beer, but I get it. It's the principle. Furthermore, no one called me to tell me the house was clear. So they sound like a really shitty company. First of all, they hired this drunken buffoon who comes in, steals beer, probably does no testing at all of your home, just opens some windows. I don't think any actual real testing to determine how much poison is actually floating through your air was done. I don't know how little you paid for them, but sometimes you get what you pay for. So nobody called. Your wife insisted we are not going into our house until somebody does call us. So no, we were not home at the time all this took place. We stayed at our friends. Someone finally texted me at noon to let me know the house was clear. I called the number and was not only angry, but I was further ticked off because the cleaning crew had shown up. And since they could not get in the house, and I did not give them permission to go in the house, they left, which screwed up the rest of the day. I contacted the owner of the company, who is texted me. The house was clear. I advised him that his employee had removed my property. You can say beer. You are just a long-winded fellow, man. I agree with you that he should have taken the beer, but I mean, remove my property from my house. You can just say here, remove my beer, drank my beer. You could just put that instead of that whole long-ass sentence you just wrote. He asked me what it was. And I said, I'm not going to tell you. Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, he's going to think it was like your watch. He's going to think it was your wife's earrings. He's going to think you're full of shit. You're not going to tell him? Now I'm on their side all of a sudden. I'm on the drunky Magoo side. All right. I'm not going to tell you. I need to have a conversation with him first to see what he says. He called me back and said the employee said he didn't take anything. I sent him the video and he agreed. It was clear he had. The employee then admitted he'd helped himself to beer from the refrigerator. The owner found this to be no big deal. He said, it's no big deal. I'll replace the beer. what is this, his brother-in-law? This guy runs a shitty business where he's fine with this tenting business. I wonder if they even put any poison in there. If they just tent the house, don't poison it because it saves them a lot of money. And so this guy just walks around willy-nilly drinking beer. I mean, this is a shady-ass company. I entrusted him with our home, and this employee felt entitled to go through property, blah, blah, blah. You're repeating yourself. When you tent, you have to give the company the keys to come in. I got over them not calling me as I was scheduled. No, you didn't. I wanted to leave a scathing review in multiple places, including this video. However, my wife advised me not to as she was concerned regarding repercussions for this employee. Oh, forget about it. The owner doesn't care enough to fire him, so nothing's going to happen to him. Additionally, the employee was not terminated. No, of course not. According to the owner, he was reprimanded. The owner stated the employee made a mistake. My question is, am I the asshole for being pissed? No, but you can I would write a shitty review. I mean, they're incompetent. And I really wonder if they actually did any work in your house besides putting up a circus tent and maybe having some clowns over for some beers. You picked a shitty company, bro. Yeah, exactly. Everything's right. He must be insufferable to live with. He's just so like, and like everything like, hey, I went to work today is, well, I began by getting in my car. I was feeling a bit melancholy. And then I rolled down the windows. Well, I should say not rolled. You know what I mean? I used the electronic control, which I'm so happy are in automobiles, right? So you're like, you haven't even left the garage and you've already been boring me for 5 minutes. Come on, stop it. Yeah. Yeah, but it could have been the wife's eventually. Yeah, I mean, you're not allowed to go grab crap, beer or otherwise, out of somebody's house that you're in. You're just not. So the guy needs to grow a pair and be like, not cool, bro, not cool. Ay. All right, what are we looking at here? Okay. Hold on a second. Let me try to fix this. Can I? Maybe. Do I want to do this one, or this one? I don't know. Maybe none. Maybe all. Maybe some. Yeah. Man, I've been having a great time tonight. Maybe we'll do one more and then we'll call it. How about that? By the way, you are listening to Jeff, the Unlicensed Therapist. You can put in your stuff here as well. Feel free, because that's what makes it fun. Yeah, please like Jeffrey's stuff. Please. Hit the like and subscribe button. Also, let me plug my show. Doing a show at the Stephanie Fury Theater, July 25th, 6:30 p.m. That's in Hollywood. It's called Autastic. It's had terrific reviews. I think you'll love it. If you're in the LA area, type in LA and I'll send you the link. How about that? My voice is starting to run out on me anyway. But we do one more because I love you guys. And I'm having a good time, honestly. Friday nights, man. I love Fridays. You know what I'm having after this? A whiskey. I'm always tempted to have one during the show, but I know I shouldn't. I'll be like that friggin' drunken termite infestation dude. You already left a double decker in the toilet. If you don't know what that is, you can look it up. Am I the asshole for saying my sister's boyfriend couldn't come to a sister's dinner tonight? No, it's a sister's dinner. I don't know what that is, but it seems to be implied by the phrase sister's dinner. I can add 2 and 2. About a week ago, I proposed to my 2 sisters. So there's 3 of you. That we should go out for a meal together. Well, it sounds nice. It sounds pleasant. Me and my sisters are close, but getting together is hard because we're usually in different places at different times. Well, so this sounds like a lovely idea. My older sister, 22, just had a baby. My younger sister, 19, has been traveling the last few months. I go to university in another part of the country. In 2 weeks, I'll be moving to another city permanently, so spending time with my sisters, pardon me, is important right now. 10 minutes ago, my younger sister, 19, called and asked if her boyfriend could come to our meal. No, absolutely. It's a sister's thing. What's Johnny come lately, trying to crowbar his way into your little sister's get together? What a douche. I don't like him. I don't like this guy. I know your sister's 19. I think she needs to break up with him. That's just my opinion. What kind of monster comes in on a sister's? It's not like you're going away for the weekend or something. Like, what is he? Is he that bored? Is he that possessive? Like, that makes no sense to me. My fiance has a sister, and if she's ever like, her sister comes out here and she's like, hey, I just want to go have lunch with my sister. I'd be like, have fun. I'm not gonna be like, I can I please take me or don't go. What the hell? So stupid. 10 minutes ago, my younger sister called, asked her boyfriend could come to the meal. I politely explained. Good for you being polite. You didn't call her you didn't call him a shithead or tell her she's dating a shithead. Because that you know what that gets. Ask that other lady. That I was hoping it'd just be the three of us since it's been a while. She said she asked my other sister, and my other sister told her it was fine. Ugh. The reason, and you know why she asked the other sister first, because she knew she would say it was fine. Your other sister doesn't think it's fine, but she just doesn't have the gumption or the cojones to stand up to your younger sister. I don't know what the young one. So your younger sister knows that, calls her, even though that sister didn't want the boyfriend to come. She's just like, yeah, okay, because she doesn't like confrontation. Or she's probably the middle sister. And then she calls you with this. She's like, okay, listen, is it okay if he comes? And you're like, I don't know. You're like, well, throw it on this card. Millie says she's fine with it. So it's really kind of on you. Anyway, so she said she asked my other sister, and my other sister said it was fine. And it wasn't fine with your other sister. We all know that. I mean, she said it was fine, but it wasn't. The reason she wants him to come is because she hasn't seen him in 4 days. So she sees him right after. Or sees him before. Why don't you move it so they can have sex or whatever she needs to get out of his system, and then she can come out and she'll be all relaxed. You just change the time of the get together. You tell them, listen, it sounds like you're horny. Why don't you hook up either before or after? I recommend before. You'll have an appetite, and then you come out with us, and then you can go back and you hook up with him again. You can nap in between. See, problem solved. Anyway, so she mentioned that even though I booked a table for 3, we'll be seated at a table for 4. I told her what having sister time means a great deal to me right now. It would be difficult getting the 3 of us together anytime soon. She said she felt like she was being excluded, as this was the last time. She's excluding herself, and was the only one not there. I reminded her that the time before her boyfriend was there, but with my other sister's boyfriend wasn't. She quickly left the phone call after that. She knows she's in the wrong. She doesn't, I would have, instead of fighting with her, give her options. You say, listen, you sound really horny, right? And if she's like, no, I'm not, then like, what's the big deal? So this is what you do. This is the time. I will reschedule it for a later time. You guys can hook up, do what you want, hang out, watch TV. I don't care. Have your fun. Come out with us for an hour, 2 hours. You can leave early. Just come out for an hour. You leave early. We'll stay there. And then you can go back and do it all again with your boyfriend. All right? Sound good? All right. He can nap in between. How about that? We'll even order him some beer and wings. Well, I'd be willing to do that. We'll go get him a DoorDash of wings and beer so he can wait, and you can come running back to him. There you go. Anyway, that's what I would do. So after the phone call, I put a message on the sisters group chat disclosing I wasn't intending to exclude anyone and apologizing it came across that way. She saw the message and didn't respond. I feel a little bit selfish. No, you're not selfish. She's being selfish, but I know she'll get to see her partner after the meal anyway. Yeah, as they live together. On top of that, and before, on top of that, having quality time with them is important to me, considering that I'm moving. You the asshole. No, your sister's being very childish, and she's the youngest one out of all of you. She's 19, so in a way, she is a child. So there you go. That's my opinion on that. German food. What about German? He does sound paranoid ever eating. Exactly. Yeah, who's going to want to go to a woman's dinner? Like you lost me at woman's dinner. I'm like, I see a lot of ladies talking. I don't want nothing to do with it. How can I go to the store for something? I don't know. I feel like you're just material. You know what I mean? Like if you're sitting around, they're just going to be talking about you. At least if you leave, they talk about you as you leave, but then they move on to other stuff. Now, in my fiance's family, they can talk about me right in front of me because my Spanish no es perfecto, pero es suficiente para muchas cosas. Pero abuela habla tan rápidamente. Anyway, yeah, stick around for the Radon Jar. There you go, Coco. There you go, and make your favorite music request. There's a good idea. All right, listen, everybody. I'm hitting the road. I think. I'm not entirely sure, but I think I am. What time is it? Yeah, it's like 11:09. I had a great time. You guys are the best. Please, if you can, support the show. Do me a solid if you can manage it. I'd love, well, maybe I'd stay a little longer. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to stay a little longer, Coco. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Because, it's just barely 11. I'll do one more. And then that's it. One more and then I dismount. That's the plan. Hey, Cramclapped. Oh, thank you for gifting a subscription. Ever eaten? Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for that. Yeah, they're going to talk about you when you leave. That's fine. I'm gone. If I assume it's going to happen anyway, at some point. It's bound to happen. All right, let me do one more here. So yeah, I'm totally in support of the sister on that one. Oh, here we go. Calling the cops. Am I the asshole for calling the cops to remove my ex-wife from my home? No. Absolutely. The word X is in there. No, you are not. It's X for a reason. You are not the asshole. I would love to know why. Let's find out. All right, let's do this. Update. My spelling sucks. Okay. Okay, here you go. We've been divorced for 5 years. That's a long time. She's recently fallen on hard times. I have custody of our kids. Okay. Past Christmas break, she didn't have space for the kids. I offered to fly her and her daughter out here to stay with me for Christmas. That was very nice of you. With return flights purchased, she refused. She refused to leave. Oh, okay. So you flew her out because obviously her life is so terrible that she doesn't want to go back to it. So she wants to just glom onto you. I'd love to know the backstory why you all got divorced. She refused to leave the day we were supposed to fly out. She instead took our daughter, but not hers, to church without telling anyone. Yeah, she sounds really unstable. Where she was going and missing her flight. Cops were called. They meet her at the church. Yeah, listen, she ain't right in the head, and that's coming from an unlicensed therapist. She needs some mental health, and maybe the cops, when they got her, forcibly court ordered some on her for a little bit, 5150 her. They met her at the church, followed her back to collect her stuff. She decided to live with some random lady she met at the church that day. Oh, that poor random lady. Fast forward to recently, she's been kicked out of the third place she stayed at, calls up, said she needs a place to stay for one night. She will not be there for one night. She will be there until you call the cops again. She has a ride coming to get her and drive her back to Chicago. And I doubt that. Next morning ride falls through, told you. Apparently they put in an address in another state and could no longer make the trip due to work. All right, fine. I let her stay one more week to sort out the ride. You're very kind. The next weekend come, and now I told you if you let her stay a day, she was not going to leave. She's a squatter now. She's an ex-wife who's a squatter. The next weekend comes up, and now the excuse is that she's waiting for ID to arrive. Yeah, there's going to be excuse after excuse after excuse. Get her bags, get her a car, and get her a plane ticket. Trust me, it's worth it just to get her out of your hair. The ID takes says, yeah, she's never leaving, dude. She's going to have another excuse after this. You give her another week? Dude, come on. The ID never arrives. I doubt she ever even ordered it. And I tell her she needs to go. She raises her voice, starts yelling at me in my own home and making accusations about the divorce. Apparently, a judge never signed it. Well, how does that happen? What kind of crappy divorce did you get? Apparently, a non-existent one. And I made everything up. Oh, that's what she says. She said, oh, so she's delusional. Okay. Fake lawyers, judges, courthouse signatures, and stamps. She claims she was never told she had to leave, even though I told her. Yeah, she's nuts. My father heard it. The kids heard it. She definitely heard it because she responded by saying that she's not going anywhere until she gets her ID, and that I can call the police if I want. I'd love to know. I mean, she's essentially squatting now. So I wonder if the cops are able to kick her out. I confront her and tell her that she needs to go and she needs to figure her shit out because it's clear she has to leave. I was clear she has to leave Thursday. She said she's been on the phone all day contacting people to get a ride somewhere. I doubt it. Today, my mom takes the kids bowling, so it's just me and my dad here. I call the police and tell them the situation. They arrive and tell her she's not a resident and needs to leave. That's good. In a state like California, that probably wouldn't happen. They're like, yeah, nothing we could do. Sorry. See you later. The cops leave after she packs up her stuff and tells them she has a ride coming for her. She's still in the house. This is like a to be continued. That's hysterical. That is very funny. It's a to be continued. Oh, that's fucking funny. All right, let me do one more ad for Rumble. I love Rumble, man. They are the best. Here we go. You probably noticed Rumble's growing fast and it's not slowing down. They're building real alternatives to big tech that put creators first and actually protects free speech. And now there's Rumble Premium. It's an easy way to upgrade your experience. With Premium, you get ad-free viewing across platforms, no pre-rolls, no interruptions, just the content you came for. Plus, Premium members unlock exclusive content like bonus videos, behind-the-scene drops, and more from your favorite creators. Right now, Rumble's offering $10 off an annual subscription. Just go to rumble.com/premium and use the promo code STUDIO at checkout. That's rumble.com/premium, promo code STUDIO. No ads, more freedom, and content you actually care about. That's the deal. That's rumble.com/premium, promo code STUDIO. Thank you, Rumble. I love me some Rumble. I do. All right, everyone, listen. Now I think I'm ready for my dismount. Polish dog. What the Polish dog? Hey, I got fired. Polish dog. Talk about a blast from the past. I didn't know Polish. What? I didn't think you were allowed out at night. Good to see you, Polish. Polish is 4K watch. See, that's the thing. Polish only comes in when I trip over 4K. Anything under 4K, Polish. Polish has an alarm somewhere. Rings 4K. He's like, okay, I'll go on. Polish. Good to see you, brother. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah. Exactly, Coco. I feel like it's way past Polish's bedtime. What's going on? You listening to some vinyl late night tonight? Yeah, can't sleep, back pain. Well, I'm sorry, Polish. I'm sorry you having back pain. I know, this is not your time. Polish is more of a morning person. Yeah, I hope you do feel better, Polish. I'm an unlicensed therapist, but I can't write prescriptions. There you go. All right. Well, listen, I'm going to. Polish, I'll give you your mod back. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. At least until I went to the morning. Coco's the only one I gave mods back to. But Polish, if you want your mod privileges back, you let me know. I'll hook you up. Yeah, because this is what happened. I swear, those of you who don't know the history of the show, I was doing more political shows in the morning, middays kind of thing. And so I had 3 or 4 moderators, but then I switched and nobody could stay up that late except Coco. So, and the Polish, I swear this is the first time I've seen you in, what am I on, 73 shows? But I get it. It's not your time. But the only reason you're up now is because of the back pain. Well, I appreciate you, brother. And yeah, if you want your mod spot back, you can have it. You just let me know. Anyways, everyone, I got to go. I love you all. God bless you. Thank you for tuning in. Hit the like and subscribe button. And for reals, Polish, if you want it back, you let me know. Tatanka, thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I know, Coco, you're only on Fridays. Fridays are I think, the funnest show because people don't have to get up in the morning. Coco, thank you. Great moderating, as always. Tatanka, Polish. You know what, Polish? I will make you a moderator again, even if this is the last time I see you. Because I don't want you to be here because your back hurts. Ever Eden, thank you. Thank you. Bye to you as well. Cramcloth, thank you for the gifting the subscription also. Nobody steal anyone's beer, especially not the stuff covered in termite dust. Dickhead12, thank you for tuning in. I don't judge. I don't judge names. Lowlight gave me some money. And Cramcloth, I didn't see you were on a tear. You're gifting subscriptions to lots of people. Upon the Horizon snuck in there. Going back on the comments, I missed everybody. Well, good to see you, brother. Upon the Horizon knows what an upper decker is. All right, for those of you who don't know, it's disgusting. You do it to someone you don't like, or as a joke to someone you do, but they probably won't like you after you do it. An upper decker is when you take a shit in the top part of the toilet. So you take off the lid of the top, you crap in there. And then you don't tell anyone, obviously. And it just, hilarity ensues. All right, that's an upper decker. Okay. God bless y'all. Pure blood, thanks, Xander. Thank you, brother. I think that's almost everybody. And again, low light recovery. Thank you for the $10. I appreciate that. And the update on the murders, the Delphi murders. I think you were talking about, right? Was that the one where all the nurses got killed? All right, listen, I got to get off here. I will be on a tangent. I'm going to look at. Is that the nurse one? The Delphi murders. I think it's the one where the nurses all got killed, right? The murders of Abigail Williams and Liberty German. You guys mentioned German, known as the Delphi murders. Indiana. The bodies were discovered near the Manon High Bridge, part of the Delphi Historic Trails. Okay, so it wasn't the nurses that I thought it was. But okay, that's what that is. I learned I was today days old when I kind of figured that out. All right, that's it. For real. I'm out of here. I love you all. God bless you. Have a great evening. I'll be back Monday. Oh, I know now, Coco. Yeah, that old dude, right? That old codger. Those two young girls were walking on the bridge, and then they have like this one kind of grainy picture of like this old guy. There's like the train tracks. Yeah, I remember that. I didn't remember it much else, but I remember the basics of it. That's what that was. All right, now I'm all caught up now. All right, folks. God bless you. I'll see you Monday. Have a great weekend. And I will be back then, 10 p.m. Thank you, as always, to everyone who tuned in. And remember, as always, if you've got a problem, I've got an answer. I'm Jeff, the unlicensed therapist. Thank you, everybody, and good night. Bye.